We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. But tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Cleveland Browns. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now, what's it? 18, what's it?
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. We look at this Browns defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Robert. On the tweak, right?
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Stroud. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Hawk 70.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 18-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. 18, what's it?
Here's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who the freshest guy.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the The Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. You look at the defense for these Texans, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 10.
Get it. Cougar 19.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's Hardman to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
All right. 19 Texans. South.
And from the gun, here's Abanikanda. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here we go. 18. Hey, uno.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Young. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
Oh, ready.
Running the toss to Brooks here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
South. Here we go. 18. What's up?
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Okay.
Stroud to throw it. This is caught by Tucker. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Oh, ready. Tony.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Browns had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Wrap up, lady.
Robinson will try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. He was blown up in the backfield. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So how about this? They'll change it at the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now Stroud. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
First down, Houston.
Here we go, let's go. Swap, mother swap.
And Stroud now to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The throwing again is Stroud. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Stroud's pass intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
60 Eagles.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Cougar 19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Okay, ready?
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And off the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end. Zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
On the quick, right?
A shotgun snap to Stroud. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud off the play fake. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. down is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Mustang 19.
2nd and 14. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Here we go.
Once again, it's Brooks. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, let's go. 18. Hey, uno.
Stroud. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Already. 18.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Give him 11 yards and time and a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stroud will look to throw once more. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 29, Stroud. And we pulled in downfield by Collins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 29 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Check, 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 check.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. So here's a 3rd and 14.
On the tackle. Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll change things up.
18, Pioneer. Street, street. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Let go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Hardman on the return. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
18, what's that? 2J. 11.
Final play of the half, Stroud. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second and 1. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ready? Crack all 80. Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Get it. 70 Timberwolves. Ready, ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Come on. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Back to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
70 Lions.
They'll look to throw again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Garrett Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a gain of... And it'll wind up moving the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a room to maneuver. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll run right here with Brooks. The 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues. Down the numbers. There he goes. Now look out. He's to the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Bijan Robinson, 92 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Browns 13.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 125 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Got 18. That's right.
Stroud to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
18, 11.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Milton Williams able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. On third down, Robinson. Down the sideline he goes. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad.
Ready up. Here we go, Scott. Liking,
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Ready.
On the counter, this is Robinson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Get it. Cougar 19.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
On the jump.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a quarterback sneak. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Steady.
They throw it out right, complete. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 60, trap 60, trap 60. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Stroud looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. 183 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And a great effort there to shed the contact. And it helps him pick up the first.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Brown.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Let's go.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
10 yards on
Viking,
the pickup.
18.
It's second and inches.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
37-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Hey.
Robinson toss play left side. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's second down.
Here we go. Viking 18. Bronco lead. Go.
Robinson with another carry.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Robinson on a give right side. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7.
4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And they take a knee. So Houston